Hello, it's 3:15 p.m. exact. Well, I'm bored with nothing to do, but for the moment, I'm in a safe place. Right now, I'm in a safe place, but I have, I guess, 3 hours and 45 minutes until this place closes. And then after that, then go eat dinner. I don't know exactly yet what I want to eat for dinner, but I do know something else that I want, but I can't mention because then, yeah, nothing bad, but just, something that I hold dear to me. So, some people think, oh, you tell all your business, but no, I don't tell everything because there's a lot of stuff I didn't tell, or so then damn if I do and damn if I don't. If I tell a lot of stuff, you say, oh, you tell all your business. If I don't tell everything, oh, you got something secret to hide, and then they aggressively demand the answer for my personal business, only to use it against me, and then, use it as a weapon against me to persecute and destroy me. So, but then, some people say, keep on telling, it's not that many, but some people say, keep on telling your story, you're an inspiration, and you're helping people. Before I even, started talking about the gang stalking in my first PsychWorld channel, excuse me, hold on. My first PsychWorld channel, I had a nice bit of people telling me that I'm an inspiration, that I'm a beautiful soul, and everything like that, and they encouraged me to keep on telling my story. And I wasn't even talking about the gang stalking yet. I was just talking about, talking in detail a lot about the foster mom's abuse and a lot of different narcissistic abuse stories. And narcissistic abuse and gang stalking go hand in hand. And it's like the targeted individual and gang stalking, they go hand in hand with narcissistic abuser and victim situation. Because I hear a lot of narcissistic victims say that the Masonic narcissistic abuser was the one who got them put on a gang stalking, got them put on a list to be targeted, the targeted individual gang stalking list. So, it's like, the perps must be super mad at me right now that they're perping me super heavy. And you know what? I like even at work, I didn't tell everything that happened at work in my YouTube videos, and I try to be, more discreet, trying to hold on to that job for as long as I could. But, even the boss who hired me, the one who's mad at me right now, I think that I'm just gonna freaking block his phone number anyway, because I know he's not gonna get back to me today, and I figure he's mad at me. His name is Mr. Cliff. He act like a part-time narcissistic abuser. He only act nice sometimes and mean sometimes, so that's why I call him Mrs. Schizophrenic. So his brother Doug is the freaking owner or the big manager at Seville. That was where I worked at, Seville Quarter. Just fuck it, Seville Quarter was where I was working at. Trying to be like New Orleans, but not really New Orleans, and have a few fake New Orleans dishes with shitty beignets and extra thick, nasty ass gumbo that, it was thicker than stew. Way thicker than, almost like the consistency of thick mashed potatoes. And I'm like, y'all call this gumbo? And it was just not gumbo. And the beignets were not real beignets. And just fuck all, because it's like he, took me to the dentist, for free a couple of times, and and also, when my stuff got stolen, they helped me out and stuff like that. But I'm sitting here wondering who's all in on it, or I know Corey from the YMCA. I know he's a narcissistic perp, throwing up those Illuminati hand signs too many times for it to be an accident or a coincidence. And then claim you believe in God. No, Corey, you don't believe in God, and you freaking stalking and spying on a freaking woman. You ought to get fired as a man. Your ass ought to get fired. You want to arrogantly brag and boast about all the people he's fired. Corey, you ought to be fired, and you ought to be sued. So anyway, Mr. Cliff, I didn't think he was a perp, but I wonder, him talking to me like nice, but then, sometimes he would throw up the 666 hand signs, and I think a couple of weeks ago, he was talking to me about something, I don't remember what it was, and he just kept on throwing up like the 666 a lot in that short little conversation that we had. It was a couple, like maybe 3 weeks or a month ago he did that. But his brother, Mr. Doug, is the one who, when I first of all, Mr. Doug has never been nice to me. Always been a rude jerk. Most of the time, he don't even say hi to me or nothing. Mr. Doug act like he's in a freaking eternal bad mood or something like that. Like an eternal bad mood. And he wears like a red polo shirt like 3 times a week. And I suspected it was Mr. Doug himself, or if not him, then I don't know who it was. You don't even have a right to choose how you want to have your burger and stuff. They will try to make like they don't have time for that, and we're too busy and this and that, whatever. Travis being freaking rude. The bartender and stuff like that. Travis being freaking rude and stuff like that. And I had problems with the Roderick guy. He got fired. That was a surprise. And Mr. Steven seemed like the bed bug issue and stuff like that. And Michael was the substitute perp. And I knew Michael was a perp, wearing red, like, if he worked Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, and Monday, he'll rotate between red, black and red, black and green, black and orange, or all black. And Michael had like purple hair and had like effeminate mannerisms and stuff like that, And that was the narcissistic perp that gave me so many damn problems and stuff like that. And so Mr. Doug, when I was new there, he gave me the employee number. I guess it's not safe to say the whole number, but why you give me a number with the number 33 in it? And then it said, Mr. Doug, he gave me with the number 33 in it. The employee number. It wasn't just 33, but 33 was in the number. And I said, why you give me that number with the 33 in it? I would have said the whole number, but so he said, oh, it's easiest for me to remember. I'm thinking, oh, easiest for you to remember. I didn't tell him that, but I'm just thinking, oh, easiest for you to remember. And so he started me off with 33 hours. That Masonic 33. So, and Mr. Doug's wife, Miss Lee, was the one, they helped me out a lot the day my stuff got stolen, but I'm homeless, and it made me feel bad. Miss Lee told me straight to my face that she think that I stink, and try to force me to wear some damn, deodorant. I said I don't wear deodorant, because deodorant has aluminum in it, and I read it and researched that, it can cause Alzheimer's and stuff, and other diseases and stuff, like all these different heavy metals and chemicals, like what I talked about in one of the videos last night. So, I mean, and some of the employees, would say that, they don't pay us much or nothing. And some of them were saying that, some employees were saying that they look down on you, if you're considered a janitor or part of the cleaning crew, they think that, that we lack intelligence. And some of the other cleaning crew people would say that other people in other departments look down on us and treat us like trash, because we're like cleaning up and stuff. And it's like, I'm just glad to be freed from that. I mean, me being blacklisted with the college degree is the freaking only thing I could get. As I said, I would not be surprised if Corey went and told Corey being narcissistic enough to tell Mr. Cliff, yeah, you make sure you keep a close watch on her and report back everything to me. He has the personality to be that type of person. So Corey's a freaking criminal. And that's what the fuck y'all sit there and let them, like, at the YMCA, let all these corrupt, narcissistic crooks have all the damn director positions and stuff like that. Like that dyke-ass Kristen, that married dyke Kristen, who set me up to get fired and banned 2 years ago at the fake dirty YMCA. So, I think it was Mr. Doug I think he was the one, I could be wrong, but if it wasn't him, it was probably the Chef Jason, whoever was back there, giving me nearly raw burgers. Like if I have some like the burger to eat, give me like nearly raw burger, like it's considered rare, but almost all the way raw, except only the outsides are brown, and then the moment you bite into it, everything is pink. I don't eat my burgers like that. So how do they make it a final authority and priority to have your burger rare? And I feel like this can't be healthy. This can't be good. That, if I say I wanted my burger well done, and they'll just do it how they want, and then make it like you're not allowed to ask for modifications or any substitutes or anything like that. That if you say you want your burger well done and no pickles, or you want no tomato on your salad, they still put it on there anyway. And then they'd be rude about it and say, that we don't have time to be going through all that and stuff like that. Just treating us employees like shit, even though they said we eat free but just because the food, you don't have to pay for your food, doesn't mean that you give me a burnt bread with undercooked meat. Luckily, I never got sick from it, and it's like, if I would have I already told Mr. Cliff about Travis being rude. Yeah, he took up for Travis and said, you signed up for this. No, I didn't. I didn't sign up to be treated like shit just because our meal is free. And I didn't find out until Saturday. Travis said that, noise campaign. Travis tried to tell me that, that he has to pay the taxes on our free food or something like that, because he's always rude. Like if you ask him, like at first as I said, they have ever-changing rules. The rules, Mr. Doug changes the rules just about every day. If that place been in business for years, and over 50 years and stuff, how the hell you got new rules every day? Like they tell us one day these plastic clear cups we can't drink out of no more. Well, Mr. Doug didn't tell me, he don't tell me much of nothing. It seemed like if I drink out of that cup and then he complaining behind my back, and then Mr. Steven come and say, well, Doug said you can't do this. Like, well, Mr. Doug didn't tell me. It's like I'm always hearing from a third party about Mr. Doug complaining about me behind my back. Always. Not every day, but a lot. Like one time, it was a couple of weeks ago, and Mr. Steven walked up to me and told me that Mr. Doug was pissed that I didn't have all the bathrooms cleaned by 11. Well, Mr. Doug didn't come tell me nothing. So anyway, it's like, and I'm supposed to stay quiet and not say anything because they figured that, well, we gave you a job opportunity, so we did you a favor, so, you know, you can't speak out against us or say anything. But, you know, that really had me questioning Mr. Doug and wearing red and worshiping the number 33 and stuff like that. And Mr. Cliff using this hand sign was what I was talking about. So I say it all the time at work, you know, a lot of the employees, they use this hand sign, or they use this hand sign, or they do this hand sign. And sometimes they do like this, whatever that means. So I'm just using, for example, the hand signs that they throw at me, and some of them be fake nice, you know. So that was one of the most gross and most disgusting jobs that I had, you know, for such a low wage. And it's like me being upset every day and just feel like this is a form of feel like detention for me or like a punishment. And I'm supposed to just be grateful and appreciative that I even have a job, that anybody gave me a chance at all. Like, that's what people say with me being blacklisted and targeted and can't get a job. And then the rare time I do get a job, next thing you know, they be like, well, be like you even have a job. You know, like I'm supposed to be, supposed to shut up or whatever. But, you know, it's frustrating that because I'm targeted, I can't have my life the way I want. I can't make the choices that I wish I could make. You know, everything has to be super limited. And I basically have limited rights. And so it's like, if I even feel like, you know, the job is just a waste of time for me, you know, I can just have a little bit more money to spend while I was working there, but it still wasn't enough for me to get housing. Like, how is that? How is approximately $2,000 a month income still not enough to get housing or meet that 3.5 times the rent? You know, and so I'm just you know, I mean, that's not everything, but you know, they just, you know, I know a lot of people are gonna be mad. I mean, I didn't say that everybody at work was a perp or offended me or did something to me, you know, but it's like, I even felt like, well, damn, if Mr. Steven doesn't want to get rid of the bed bugs, I'm gonna have to quit anyway. But, you know, a lot of stuff I would keep silent about, because then if they make it like as if I complain so much, I'm always complaining about something. So that's why a lot of stuff I would keep quiet about, you know. So, I mean, with dealing with the men going in the bathroom while I'm cleaning up, you know, I didn't even really feel safe with that, you know. And then the perp Mary going by my job, trying to frighten and intimidate me. Well, I'm supposed to not go in and clock in for work. And then there were certain false accusations made about me behind my back. If they say I do a good job of working, but then behind my back I hear, well, it's always Mr. Steven that come up and say that, you know, somebody said this or somebody said that about you. And so, and he, like one time Mr. Steven said Mr. Cliff told him, I'm sorry, it's the other way. Mr. Cliff told me that Mr. Steven told him that one of the first men's bathroom I never cleaned that day. And I'm like, I know that was it's usually the first bathroom I clean, you know. So then Mr. Stevens said it was one of the bartenders that said that. And then another time, Mr. Cliff told me that Mr. Darrell said I didn't clean one of the bathrooms on a Sunday upstairs. I'm like, yes, I did. So, and then recently, I heard Mr. Doug freaking lied on me and said that I didn't put any toilet paper, like there was a missing roll of toilet paper in the stalls. I went and checked all the stalls, all the toilet paper was full. It's like, well, damn, are they trying to sabotage or set me up to get fired too? Like, if they trying to, I mean, and then, you know, and the Donnie guy, the maintenance guy, for the past couple of weeks, he acted like he been keeping a distance from me. But I wanted to say this, and I never said anything. And he tried to come to me one time and tell me, he asked me how would I like if he would to be the boss, and he said he wanted to be over Mr. Darrell and up there with where Mr. Cliff is, and want to try to act like he think he's the manager. When you're the maintenance guy, you stay over there. But then, you know, he make it like it's his duty to tell me to clean the walls underneath where the hand dryers are. So, you know, then Mr. Darrell told me, you know, this is what you got to do or whatever. Well, before nobody had to do it, but then why should Donnie say something like that if he said, well, I don't use those bathrooms anyway? Well, why you care about the appearance? I mean, because you want to be boss so bad. Saying, well, I think Mr. Cliff might get offended. You know, he said, I think Mr. Cliff might get offended or get mad at me if I say I want to get up there where he is. And you know, he said, are y'all okay with that? And stuff like that. So then, you know, I don't know. And so, I mean, as I said, you know, I kept my mouth cool. I mean, I've dealt with way worse employment experiences, you know, like that. But I felt like I didn't feel comfortable working underneath somebody who doesn't like me, like Mr. Doug. I figured if he, you know, stay away from me and avoid me, he don't even say hello or nothing like that. But just, I mean, I felt like, damn, I've been wanting to quit, you know, but just gotta freaking play it off like everything is fine as a survival mechanism, because that's the only thing you got. And it kept me from having to beg or panhandle and being abused and treated like shit by random people on the street and stuff like that. And y'all notice that I have not been, you know, panhandling or begging, you know, as much online. The only time I did was when all my stuff got stolen. So, you know, I felt like if this disaster wouldn't have happened, what Corey did, I felt like, you know, if I would have ended up with a better or a different job opportunity, I don't even know if the employers probably would have gave me a good reference. But now that seems like it's damaged, like it's tarnished. So, I mean, the Masons and the Perps are probably saying, Candy fucked up again. When is she ever gonna learn? Oh, she's stupid, she ain't never gonna learn her lesson. So, you know, it already is hard for me to get a job, you know, and me being blacklisted, because I heard that if you're a blacklisted targeted individual with a certain kind of college degree, you're forced to work jobs way lower than what you're qualified for. Because if McDonald's won't hire me or Wendy's won't hire me because I'm overqualified, but then here I'm working on dishwashing jobs and toilet cleaning, janitorial jobs. And with my disability, it's very difficult. As I said, with the OCD, it got way worse. And now even away from the job, if I go somewhere, I gotta freaking inspect the toilet and spray it and clean it off, and you know, before I use it, and just, you know, cleaning everything I touch or cleaning everything that touches me, and just feeling gross and everything. And, you know, I'm sorry that things ended this way, you know, because I could have been at work right now. I could have been at work right now. And I just got enrolled in direct deposit. I think it was last week. And so yeah. I mean, was it last week or was it earlier this week? I got enrolled in direct deposit. I think it was. I don't remember when it was, but my time on this video is going out. So I know a lot of people are gonna be freaking mad, but I'm not saying Mr. Cliff is a perp, but I'm just trying to figure him out with constantly doing this hand sign all the time. You know, and they love to play that Van Halen song "Running with the Devil," and they're okay with that. It just, you know, wrecks my spirit to hear that, be forced to hear that song, and that's why I always have my earbuds in my ears. You know, and I can focus better. You know, when I'm hearing no music, when I'm not hearing their outside music and stuff like that. So let me go. I'm about to do another video.